bless.
Greetings. It's MikeC, and you're tuned into another episode of Truth Talks. Now, last episode we spoke about being authentic, being true to yourself, not allowing society to mold you, and not allowing the things in your environment to phase you. Ultimately, just being who you are and achieving anything you want to achieve. Being true to yourself. Now, I made a mistake, so I'll hold my hands up. The reason why I say that is because I should have gave you the first and the most important ingredient before I even spoke about being authentic. Some of you are probably wondering, what's the ingredient, Mike? What's the ingredient? The ingredient is obsession. The ingredient is obsession. You have to be obsessed with your dreams and your goals. You have to be obsessed with your dreams and your goals. The reason why I say that is because if you don't like what you do, if you don't truly love what you do, you're just half-hearted. And if you're half-hearted, then you're not truly grinding. You're not putting that 100% in. You're not putting that extra 10% in. You're not constantly in gear 4. You're in gear 1. Sometimes the hand breaks up. You're choosing. If you're obsessed, you won't have a chance to choose. The reason why I say that is because if you're obsessed with your dreams and your goals, you'll be in here all the time. And how many of you can say to yourself, you are truly obsessed with your dreams and your goals? How many of you can truly say you're frustrated day in, day out because you have not yet reached the pinnacle point? You have not yet reached the ultimate goal. Absolutely, patience is key. Patience is key within everything you do, but you have to be obsessed. Because if you're not obsessed, then the patience will eat you alive. The waiting, the slow steps, the caterpillar steps will eat you alive if you're not obsessed. If you're not happy, if you know that deep down in your heart, you're not putting in that extra bit, eventually you're gonna give up, you're gonna quit. Because you're not obsessed. MikeC, I'm obsessed with being a speaker. I see myself day in, day out on a big stage with a mic around my face, over my head, speaking to 2,000, 3,000 people, trying to inspire the world. I see myself as a messenger of positivity. It may sound crazy, it may sound strange, but that's what's my vision. That's my view of myself. And I'm obsessed with it. Day in, day out, I'm obsessed. When I wake up, that's the first thing on my head. I'm saying to myself, what am I gonna achieve today? How am I going to push myself one step further to achieve my goal? How am I going to wake up and say to myself, Mike, it's your game? How am I going to say that if I'm not obsessed? That's the question. The question I want to ask you is, are you truly obsessed? Are you truly obsessed? Are you waking up and saying to yourself that you want to reach the extra step further? You want to take that extra step further? Or are you just waking up and saying, yeah, it's going to come. It's going to come. It's going to come. People, don't be half-hearted. Don't be half-hearted at all. Be fully obsessed, ready to proceed, ready to exceed limitations, and ready to execute on your dreams. It's your game. I chose to become a speaker. I decided that was my goal, that was my dream. It has been very hard to be where I am at now. And I'm at nowhere special. But because of my obsession, I have gone through the days, the nights of studying other motivation speakers. I've gone through the evenings where I had a pen and a paper in my head and I'm writing down bullet points on how I should be and how these speakers are and how these speakers are articulating themselves and so forth. I've done it. Why? Because I'm obsessed. How many of you have truly sat down and researched whatever it is you want to do? If you want to be a singer, how many of you have put in the hours behind the scenes in your room singing? For those who want to be actors, how many of you have gone to free roles, to free trials, whatever you name it, whatever you call it? How many of you have done the extra bit of homework, the homework that you set for yourself? Because I know I have. And the reason why I know I'm going to win one day, if it's not today, if it's not tomorrow, if it's not next year, is because I'm obsessed. And when you're obsessed, you put in the extra bit of work. The homework that the teacher sets for you is not good enough. You want to revise. You want to do your own work. You want to push yourself a bit further. Anything you want to do, people, be obsessed. For those that don't know Cristiano Ronaldo, do some research. The reason why is because you'll be amazed to believe, you'll be amazed to see what this guy has achieved. Amazing athlete. The reason why he's an amazing athlete, the reason why he's an amazing person, is because of his obsession. He lives, eats, sleeps, dreams, everything you call it. He lives football day in, day out. He lives football day in, day out. And as a teenager, as a youngster, his father passed away. His father passed away before he became a big mega football star, a big mega superstar, celebrity, anything you name it. Now, he didn't sit back and allow the pain to eat him away. He didn't allow himself to dwell. What he done is he recycled his pain and focused on his obsession. And for those that do know, you now know what a unique brand he has built for himself. The guy is on top of the world. Why? Because he's focused on his obsession. If it can happen for him, if it can happen for you, it can happen to anyone, it can happen for anyone and anywhere. Adversity does not control you. Allow your obsession to be above your adversity. Allow any time that you fall down and you buck your knees, or you fall down and you trip over, whatever, you get back up and you say to yourself, I'm obsessed. I'm gonna win. And it's as simple as that. I'm going to win, people. I'm obsessed with my dreams. Day in, day out, it haunts me. Day in, day out, it haunts me. It has to haunt you. You can't allow things, obstacles in your life to overcome your obsession, because then you don't want it enough. Then you're half-hearted. You're 80% in it. You're not 110% in it. Because I know that if tomorrow comes and something bad licks me on my head, I'm there like, wow, okay, Mike, get back up. You know why? Because you can't afford to let yourself down. You can't afford to let other people down surround you that love you. You can't afford to let people that are slyly hoping that you build something for them to say, oh, I give up. I'm obsessed. And I'm talking about others, but even if I'm talking about myself, and even if I move selfish for a second and forget everybody else, I want it. I truly want it. I truly want it. And I'm obsessed. Based on where I come from, I'm obsessed. I've lived in a house where there's 8 people in a 2-bedroom house. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed to win. I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of being mediocre. Are you obsessed, people? Are you obsessed? Adversity hits you, but let your obsession overcome it. I've been through different struggles in my life. You've been through different struggles in your life. But don't fall asleep. It's time to wake up. The world is evolving rapidly. Left, right, center, back, forward. You see different people winning different avenues. It's your time. Everyone's winning in some sort of way. And if you're not winning, then you're just mediocre. Right now I see myself as a guy that I'm striving. I live a mediocre life. My children, my grandchildren are not going to live this life. My brother, who's 12, at the age of 16, he's not going to live. At the age of 16, sorry, he will not live the life I lived at the age of 16. At the age of 16, I got kicked out of school. At the age of 16, I didn't know what was my next step. My parents had to get me in college because I didn't know what I was going to do. He's not going to go through that. Why? Because I'm going to build something for my siblings. I'm going to build something for myself where people are going to look back and say, wow, he truly was obsessed. People, grind and be obsessed with your dreams and goals. Proceed, exceed and execute. And know that you have an OCD to failure. Deep down, you have an OCD to failure. Go and chase your obsession, people. And make your next 2 steps towards your avenue of success. It's MikeC.